Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
As well as can be, really.
Yeah, the circumstances. Yeah. So in order to introduce you again to our audience, let's say like you're two-time world champion, you are three-time Olympic medalist. You do have a huge fan base on the internet, and you started doing some ads for brands a while ago. My first questions regarding this is, when was it the first time you realized that you had a community or fans like that would have an interest in what you were about to say?
Maybe like a little bit after I initially came out, when I came out publicly back in 2014, but definitely even more so after the 2018 Olympics.
Yeah.
I think that there was a big movement there, and a big movement in the LGBT community at that Olympics, and I kind of got to be a part of it. And I definitely noticed that after that I had some more followers and a stronger following especially on Instagram.
Yeah, and you had I think if I remember, you had some commercials before the Olympic. Like I remember, like Crest or Schwarzkopf, maybe it was before, no?
Actually, it was just after. So yeah, there was 𝘱𝘂𝘁 with Schwarzkopf and Absolute Vodka, some cold effects. Yeah, so lots of a different range of companies and products.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about how it worked?
So before the Olympics, I actually reached out to an agency that sort of specializes in influencers and are also kind of like a publicist. And they took me on just before the Olympics. And then, so whenever a company wants to use me for a campaign, they would approach them. The company is called Shine, and they're based in Toronto. And then they will write me and we'll come up with a contract and what the deliverables are. So how many posts over what period of time and what the messaging will be. And then we get it all together, and then I can start working on what, what I want to put out onto Instagram.
Okay. How are you doing kind of a selection?
So yeah, that was, at the very beginning with my agency. They kind of did an audit and found out more about me as a person, what products I like to use, what type of messaging would work with me. And of course, a lot of it is centered around like me being part of the LGBT community. And and then from there, sometimes a company might come to them, and then sometimes they'll go out and try and search for companies that that I like, or products that I like to use.
As a marketing specialist, I found on the internet, I think on your agency, the persona of your followers, the typology of followers you have. Are you being involved in the marketing and creative videos or photos?
Specifically on the website, I think it's more in my agency's hands, but they always run everything by me to make sure that I'm happy. And I've developed a great friendship with them, so I think that they know me pretty well, and I feel very comfortable being open with them about what I like and what I don't like, and it's a great working relationship, so it actually flows pretty easily.
Okay, so sometimes you advise company regarding your followers, maybe.
Yes. It's important for me that when I put a product into my feed, that I try to make it seem as sincere and real as possible. And that, it's not just like all of a sudden there's like this random product, because all of the products that I have promoted, I use usually regularly, and I really like enjoy, and I believe in, and but it can be tricky figuring out the wording and the verbiage sometimes. And it's something that definitely like to be involved in, and definitely have my input in there. And so I think like any sort of relationship, or especially working relationship, there's a balance and an open communication.
Yeah. Today, every sponsorship ads needs to be written on Instagram, like just after your name. And
Yes.
what do you think about that?
I think it's good. I think that it gives a level of clarity about that there is business being done, and it just is. It's more open.
I was just thinking about, did you ever have the feeling that you were disappointing your fans with an ad or something like that?
I mean, certain products they might not believe in, or they might not use, or maybe they've used and they had a bad experience, and that's out of my control. All I know is the result I have felt with certain products, and how they made me feel, and that I've always been very happy to use them. And my target is to just be as sincere and honest about my experiences as possible.
I believe entrepreneurs can have access to multiple person right now, like celebrities, athletes, but they don't really know the cost or how to do it. So how would you advise someone who wants to know more about the influence, like how to approach maybe someone they want
to use?
work? Yeah, they want to work with. Yeah.
I think that really it's just open communication, and it's just not being afraid to ask. If you see an athlete or a celebrity or anybody, and you're like, you know what, there's something about that person, their vibe mixes with like whatever product I have, or whatever product I'm trying to promote, and just send a message and say, hey, we would love to work with you, we'd love to collaborate. And I mean, and those people usually will have a sense of their fee and what they're willing to do and how much time they want to put into a product. And it's just, an open dialogue, open communication, and then, coming up with a target, and then eventually a contract.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thanks a lot for this advice. I believe that the few questions that we talked together was very interesting for them, in fact, because this is a new way, of doing new marketing communication. And people, like, from my point of view, people, they don't know where to go and where to spend their marketing budget. So this is a new way, and it is said that on the whole market stuff, it's going to be like bigger and bigger in the next years. So this is good.
Yeah, for sure. And another great thing about it is that you can quantify how well a post does. You can monitor its links, its impressions, how many people viewed it, and it can, it gives you a good sense of the quality of investment that you're putting into it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Eric, thanks a lot for these few moments and a few questions. Hoping that the future would be great for you. I know that you have some other shows maybe next year. So all the best for next year, and all the best for the influence going in the next months, maybe.
No, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.